Welcome back to AI Overdrive. It's been another crazy week in the world of AI. So much to cover, especially from the big players. Google and OpenAI have been especially busy this week.
Yeah, it really does feel like AI development. It's kind of gone into overdrive. We're used to these incremental changes and improvements. But this week felt like a whole bunch of huge leaps forward all at once.
Let's jump right in with Google. They've officially entered what they're calling the Gemini era, with the release of their Gemini 2.0 foundation model. Even the name sounds futuristic.
Definitely does.
Yeah.
But before we get caught up in the hype, should we maybe step back for a second and explain what a foundation model is?
I think it'd be great. I know we have a lot of listeners who are familiar. But for those who are new, you can think of a foundation model as like the core, the underlying brain of the AI system.
Right. It's trained on this absolutely massive amount of data, text, code, images, you name it. So it gets this really broad understanding of how the world works. And the bigger and faster that model is, the more complex the things it can do. And that's where Gemini 2.0 is really impressive.
And that brings us to the best part. We actually get to try this cutting-edge tech for ourselves. Google released Gemini 2.0 Flash, and it's a free version. You can access it through Gemini.com and Google's AI Studio. No need to sign up for anything. You can just jump right in.
Oh, wow.
I was playing around with it earlier. And it's got some really cool features like real-time voice conversations,
Yeah.
webcam integration, even screen sharing. It feels like this is how we'll all be interacting with AI in the future.
That's so cool. All those features really show how we're moving towards more of this embodied AI. Instead of just typing commands, you can actually talk to the AI, show it things, and even share your screen. It opens up a whole new level of interaction and collaboration. Imagine being able to just brainstorm with an AI, or give feedback on your work, or even have it visually walk you through a complex task.
It's amazing. And Google actually highlighted some really interesting applications in their presentation. One that I thought was really cool was Jules. It's an AI assistant specifically for developers.
Yeah.
It's like having an AI coding partner.
Wow.
It can help with writing code, debugging, finding solutions, all kinds of stuff. They also showed off AI agents within video games, which could lead to some really crazy stuff. Imagine hyper-realistic NPCs, dynamic gameplay, personalized strategies. Makes you wonder if we'll even need human players anymore.
I know, right? All those examples really show how AI isn't just a separate tool anymore. It's becoming more and more integrated into our digital experiences.
Completely agree. Whether it's coding or creating art or even gaming, AI is becoming like a constant companion. And speaking of art, we can't forget about Gemini's image output capabilities. They're still under development. But Google showed some really cool things they're working on. Imagine turning a car into a convertible just with a text command, or blending images together to make something totally new, like a cat on a skateboard, or create a cross-stitch pattern from your favorite photo. It's like having an AI art studio at your fingertips.
The possibilities for creative expression are just mind-blowing. It even makes you question, what does art even mean anymore? If AI can generate images that look just like human-created art, how do we define creativity in this new age of AI?
That's a great question, and one that we're going to have to figure out. So let's shift gears a little and talk about a feature that's available right now. It's part of the paid Gemini Advanced plan. It's called Deep Research.
Oh, yeah, I've heard of that.
It's essentially a supercharged research assistant. You can dive deep into any topic you can imagine by analyzing tons of websites and research papers, like having a whole team of researchers working for you.
That sounds amazing.
It is. It's a great example of what's called agentic AI, meaning it can act on its own to achieve a goal. Deep research could be a game changer. For researchers, students, anyone who needs to understand a complex topic quickly.
I can see how that would be incredibly useful.
They did a demo where they had deep research investigate whether quantum computing could crack Bitcoin cryptography. And it was fascinating to watch. It wasn't just about speed. It actually seemed to understand the concept of research. It went through all the steps, finding websites, identifying relevant info, and summarizing it all into a report. It analyzed over 65 websites in just a few minutes, all while I sat back and watched. And the best part? You can save an entire report with all the source links directly to Google Docs with one click.
Wow. That level of automation is incredible. It really makes you think, what will the future of research look like when AI can handle all those tedious tasks, leaving humans free to focus on the big picture stuff?
Absolutely. So, moving on from Google, let's talk about OpenAI. They seem to be on a mission to release as many updates as possible. They're currently in the middle of their 12 days of OpenAI, where they're dropping new features and updates every day.
It's like a holiday gift-giving spree. But for AI, it
Certainly.
really shows just how competitive this space is. Everyone's pushing the limits, trying to get ahead of the curve.
Definitely.
No.
So what were some of the highlights? Well, first up, we have the highly anticipated release of Sora, their video generation tool.
It feels like we've been waiting forever for this one.
It does. The entire AI community has been buzzing about it.
And now, with Sora Turbo, Pro Plan users can create videos up to 20 seconds long, which is pretty amazing considering how complex video generation is.
It is. Although, it sounds like the launch wasn't completely smooth sailing.
Yeah, there were some server issues. Seems like everyone was trying to get their hands on it at once.
Understandably.
I mean, it shows just how much interest there is in AI video creation.
For sure. I actually got to play around with Sora a little bit, and I have to say, it's still a bit of a wild card. I found it works best with longer, more detailed prompts. For example, I gave it a very specific description of a wolf howling at the moon, and it absolutely nailed it.
Nice.
But then I tried to get it to generate some human actions, like dancing or gymnastics, and just couldn't quite get it right. But then, interestingly, it did a really good job of generating a monkey on roller skates.
Really?
Yeah. It's like AI has its own sense of humor.
AI humor. Who knew?
Right.
I think those inconsistencies show that. AI is still very much evolving, capturing those little nuances of human movement and behavior. It's incredibly complex.
Yeah.
But remember, Sora is still in its early stages. As the technology improves, we can expect its capabilities to improve really quickly.
Definitely. Even in its current form. Sora has some really cool features, like being able to blend two videos together. You can create these really surreal combinations. Imagine a monkey on roller skates,
Yeah.
surrounded by flying clocks.
That's great.
I know, right? They also have this storyboard feature to help guide the video creation process. It's still a bit clunky, but it's a step in the right direction. It makes you wonder, how much control will we have over this AI-generated content in the future? Will it be more of a collaboration? Or will we just be giving the AI high-level instructions and letting it run wild?
That's a good question. As these tools become more and more powerful, that line between human creativity and AI autonomy, it's definitely going to get blurrier. Finding the right balance will be key to unlocking the full potential of AI as a creative partner.
I think you're absolutely right.
Yeah, it's like we're seeing this whole new generation of AI tools emerging, each with their own strengths and quirks.
Right, and it's not just Google and OpenAI making waves this week.
Yeah.
Anthropic, the company behind the Claude AI model, they also released Claude 3.5 Haiku.
Oh, right, yeah. This release is really interesting because it kind of shows this trend of developing these smaller, more efficient AI models alongside those massive resource-intensive ones.
So it's like the express lane for AI. Perfect for when you need a quick answer. Or just wanted to get something simple done.
Yeah.
Speaking of speed, Elon Musk's Grok AI assistant also got a big upgrade. They added their own image generation model.
Oh, wow, I didn't know that. They were using a different one before, right?
They were.
This new model, it uses something called an autoregressive mixture of experts network, which is different from those diffusion models that Midjourney and Stable Diffusion use.
So I'm curious, how do the images from Grok's new model compare to the others?
Well, from what I've seen so far, Grok's images have this kind of unique look to them. They're generally pretty good, nice colors, anatomy seems accurate, but they might not be as photorealistic as some of the other models.
Interesting.
And one other thing that's kind of quirky is that Grok generates images in this top-down scrolling way. I haven't seen any other model do that.
It's like every AI image generator has its own personality. I saw someone generate that wolf howling at the moon image with Grok, and it definitely had a different vibe than the one from Sora.
For sure. That's what's so cool about this field. There's so many different approaches to AI development, and they all lead to these unique results. It'll be interesting to see how Grok's image generation evolves, especially since their multimodal input is still in development.
Yeah. Imagine editing images using a mix of text and voice commands. That could be really cool. Speaking of creative tools, Midjourney also came out with a new feature. It's called Patchwork, and it seems to be all about collaborative world building.
I saw that. It's a really interesting addition to Midjourney. Basically, it's like a shared canvas where people can generate images, arrange them, and build a world together.
I checked out their website. The interface is super intuitive. You can drag and drop images, add text, invite others to collaborate. It's a great tool for brainstorming, visualizing concepts, maybe even building the foundation for a story or a game.
I love that idea. It's like AI is blurring the lines between all these different creative disciplines, writing, art, game design. It all kind of melts together.
It does. And while we're talking about blurring lines, Adobe also announced a new AI-powered feature for Photoshop and Bridge. It can remove reflections from images taken through glass.
No way. That's amazing.
It is. It's something photographers have struggled with forever. And now AI can fix it in a couple clicks.
It's like magic.
I can't wait to try it out.
Mm-hmm.
I have so many photos that would look so much better. I really hope they bring that tech to video editing soon, too. Imagine being able to remove reflections from video footage.
Oh, man, that would be incredible. For filmmakers, video editors, everyone.
And with how fast AI is advancing, I wouldn't be surprised if we see it soon.
Yeah, hopefully.
Speaking of video, YouTube expanded their AI-powered dubbing feature, so now it's available to more
It's
creators.
huge.
I know. It could be a big step towards breaking down language barriers on YouTube.
Absolutely. It makes it so much easier for creators to reach a global audience. It's a perfect example of how AI can help us connect with each other.
Okay, now let's talk about something a little different. Coding. Cognition Labs finally released their AI coding assistant, Devin. But it comes with a pretty steep price tag, $500 per month.
Wow. That's a lot. More than most other coding assistants.
It is. So the question is it worth it?
Right.
From what I've read, Devin's supposed to be more advanced than the other assistants out there. It can supposedly understand your entire code base and provide more hands-off assistance, like having a junior developer working with you.
That's interesting. I wonder how it compares to Cursor.
I love Cursor. It's become essential to my workflow.
Maybe we should do a comparison. Devin versus Cursor in a future episode.
That's a great idea. We could really put them head-to-head, see which one comes out on top.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, though, it sounds like Devin's launch had a bit of a hiccup. There was a security concern,
Yeah.
but thankfully it was addressed quickly.
Oh, good. It's a reminder that security is so important, especially with these powerful AI tools.
For sure. And it shows that AI development is still very much a work in progress. There are going to be bumps along the way.
Definitely.
Speaking of bumps in the road, I saw this ad campaign from an AI company in San Francisco. It's pretty provocative.
What is it?
Their signs say, "Artisans won't complain about work-life balance. The AI employee is here."
Wow. That's bold.
It is.
It's definitely going to get people talking.
It already has.
It's clever marketing. But it also brings up some bigger questions about AI's role in the workforce. On one hand, it shows how AI can automate tasks and free up humans to do more creative work. But on the other hand, it plays on these fears of job displacement and makes you think about the ethical implications of replacing humans with AI.
It's a complex issue, for sure. And it's one that we're going to have to keep discussing.
Absolutely. As AI gets more sophisticated, we need to have these open and honest conversations about how to integrate it into the workforce in a way that benefits everyone.
Couldn't agree more.
Yeah.
So, let's switch gears again and talk about virtual and augmented reality. MetaQuest announced a new feature that lets you connect your Quest headset to a PC and create this huge virtual workspace.
Oh.
I know. It's similar to what Apple Vision Pro does with the Mac integration.
That's a big deal for Quest users,
All right.
especially those who use VR for work.
Totally.
A large immersive workspace can really boost productivity.
For sure. I haven't tried it yet, but I'm really curious to see how it compares to Apple's version. And speaking of competition, Google's also jumping into the XR game with Android XR.
Yeah, this is a big move for Google. Shows they're serious about XR.
They are. Android XR promises all sorts of cool stuff, immersive experiences, virtual desktops, even integration with Google services like Photos and TV.
Wow.
I know. Their demos looked amazing. People interacting with 3D content, working on virtual desktops, even exploring their photo libraries in VR. It looks like Google's trying to build a whole XR ecosystem to rival Apple's Vision OS.
It's exciting to see this competition heating up. It's going to push both companies to innovate, which ultimately benefits us, the users.
I completely agree. And finally, no AI Overdrive episode would be complete without a robot update. I saw a video of Tesla's humanoid robot learning to walk down hills. It's getting really good.
Yeah, that's so cool. It's amazing how far robotics has come, especially in things like movement and dexterity.
It is.
These robots are getting better and better at navigating the real world.
I know, and that's going to have huge implications for all sorts of industries.
Definitely.
There's still a part of me that just feels this sense of wonder
Yeah,
when I see these robots doing things. It's like watching science fiction come to life.
it is. And that sense of wonder, that's what drives innovation. It's what makes this whole field so exciting.
It really is amazing. And speaking of exciting, I have some news for our listeners. We've been getting a lot of requests to do live streams, and we've decided to give it a go.
Oh, wow. That's great.
Yeah, we're thinking of doing them regularly, We can demo new AI tools,
Mm-hmm.
talk about the latest news, even do some Q&A with our viewers.
I think that's a fantastic idea. It'll be so much fun to connect with everyone in real time.
I know. We're really excited about it. So our first live stream is going to be Monday, December 16th at 11:00 a.m. Pacific time. We'll be diving into some of the tools we talked about today, so we'd love for you to join us. We'll post reminders on social media, so make sure you're following us.
Looking forward to seeing you all there.
It's going to be a blast. We'll be taking your suggestions, putting these AI tools through their paces, really seeing what they can do. Who knows? Maybe we'll even try to break them.
Haha, always up for a good challenge.
Right. So mark your calendars. Set your reminders. Get ready for some live AI adventures.
This week has been incredible. It really feels like AI has taken a massive leap forward.
It does. It makes you wonder, what amazing breakthroughs are just around the corner?
The possibilities are endless. It's truly an exciting time to be following all of this.
It is. And we're so glad you're here with us for the ride. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And have a great week.